really, no. No. I don't think that'll happen either.
Dave Allen, Joseph Parker, was that
Maybe.
before?
Maybe. I mean, I think look, it's going to be a tough decision for Dave because he's kind of put himself in line for all these big fights where we've had probably 3 top 10 heavyweights discuss a fight with Dave Allen in the last 72 hours. And it was our plan to probably put him in with TKV to fight for the British heavyweight title. And that's actually a route I like because I'd love to see Dave Allen win a British heavyweight title in Sheffield. Do you know what I mean? But a fight with one of those guys and making that kind of money, you can't ignore.
A couple of quick updates. Anthony Joshua, where are we at?
No, honestly, nowhere.
Camp?
Like, I mean, training camp, not ready to start, but close. You know, we had a conversation the other day, and I said to him, "You need to let me know when you'd be ready by," and that was end of October. But happy to fight in November or December. So we're only going to fight once this year. Nothing really, you know. Next question. Who's it going to be? I have absolutely no idea. Dave Allen. No, it's not going to be Dave.
Last one. Eubank Ben rematch, the weight rehydration. Has that proved the sticking point negotiations?
No, there's no negotiation. The contracts are signed for the fight. So I don't think there is any negotiations. All we're waiting on now is just a date from His Excellency. And obviously the football fixture's out now. There's been a lot of conversations between us back and forward, September 20th, October 4th, etc. Could be later. But he'll make a decision on that, His Excellency, probably next week.
Just quickly, Mauricio Sulaiman's responded to your comments about the Manny Pacquiao fight, saying there's double standards.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Because
that's the funniest. That's the funniest. I mean, imagine Mauricio Sulaiman or the WBC accusing me of double standards. I mean, that's hilarious. I mean, I actually wrote to Mauricio this morning because he didn't like my comments about Bivol and 𝗙𝗘𝗏𝗧, and I actually got a little bit of those comments factually wrong. But I still felt like he was calling out a fighter and goading him and giving the public information about an offer that had been made. And I don't believe that's the job of a president of the governing body. So he wrote to me asking to retract those statements and I refused. And then I made my comments about Manny Pacquiao and he made his comments today and I wrote to him, I said, "You got cheap, you said all this about me, you called me embarrassing, a loudmouth," that was quite fair, the second one.
Double standards.
And double standards. And I said, how ironic is that, you accusing me of double standards? The reality is, the reason Manny Pacquiao's been put in the rankings is because, forget that he's a legend and all that kind of stuff, because he thinks it's a big fight, it's generate a lot of money and sanction fees. That's the reality, and sometimes you'd be better off just being honest about it. If it was a legend that didn't generate any money, and there was, you know, he didn't want to, like, you just wouldn't put him in the rankings. So that's why you're supporting it. There isn't anyone that thinks that Manny Pacquiao should be automatically inserted at number, what was he, 5 or whatever he was, in the WBC. It's ridiculous. So, but I'm going to say it, because I'm not going to pussyfoot around and just say, oh yeah, it's fine, because in my opinion, it's not fine. So me and Mauricio are going to get on sometimes, we're going to get on, we're not going to get on other times. He probably don't care, I don't care either.
Is the issue with Manny Pacquiao coming back the fact that he's been in the rankings? Because obviously there was talk to him and Conor Ben wanted.
Yeah,
but
that was a time, Matt, where it was well over a year ago, we got approached about Manny Pacquiao. I said, yeah, maybe it's a fight we could consider. Conor Ben, his best win at that point was 𝗙𝗟𝗡𝗅𝗓, right? It was not for a world title. It wasn't to do with anything in the governing body. We just got approached about that fight. And we got absolutely ridiculed. People saying to me, you're a disgrace. How can you think about putting Conor Ben in with Manny Pacquiao? Now, fast forward 18 months or whatever it is, he's now been inserted in the world rankings. And worse than that, he's fighting for a world title.
Eddie, can I just get your comments then on the Normans and basically...
Norman who?
Brian Norman.
Oh, Brian Norman.
Yeah. And basically alluded to the fact that Boots has moved up to 154 to avoid him.
I mean, like, look, this is the reality. About straight after the Stanionis fight, we contacted Top Rank and we said, we want to do a deal for Boots to fight Brian Norman. They said, great, let's get on it. Right? We love Top Rank. They want to make big fights. They contacted the Normans and they said, oh, we're fighting in Japan. We're going to get this fight out of the way and we'll talk about it after that. I'm like, no, we need to know now, because if not, we're going to move up to 54. Oh, we're not willing to talk about fight. We offered them $1.75 million to fight Boots about 6 months ago. They said we want $2 million. And after the Stanionis fight, we said we'll give you a $2 million. And they still didn't want to take it. So of course, now we're moving up. How convenient that all of a sudden, I can't believe they've moved up. We were dying for that fight. Yeah, dying for it. Like, he can go back and we'll see what's next.
Eddie, Callum Smith been rumoured to fight Benavidez back into this year. Obviously yourself, obviously working with other promoters. What's the like?